He smirked. He even pretended to call your company, asking for receipts and proof of purchase to be delivered. Chad looked Sterling right in the eye. I'm sure you know the person who actually bought the timeless vow. Tell me, Mr. Sterling, was it Mason Hill? He turned his smug, expectant gaze back to me. Chairman Sterling's eyes narrowed as he stared at Chad, like a connoisseur examining a counterfeit painting. The smile he'd worn for Willow vanished, replaced by a cold, sharp intensity that made the air around them thicken. Chad's smug grin faltered. Even Willow, still riding high on the chairman's earlier deference, shifted uncomfortably. Mason Hill? Sterling repeated, his voice low. He turned slowly, his gaze locking onto me, no longer the distant, curious look of a stranger, but the respectful, almost reverent stare of someone who recognizes power. You mean Mr. Hill? Chad laughed, but it came out nervous, forced. Mr.? Come on, Chairman. This guy's Elysian Beauty's head of security. A high school dropout, remember? He's not a Mr. He's just Mason. Sterling's jaw tightened. He took a step toward Chad, his expensive leather shoes crunching on the gravel beneath his feet. Do you know who you're speaking about, Mr. Foster? Chad blinked, taken aback. He's the security guard. He even said it himself. He's just honoring a promise to Willow's grandpa. Honoring a promise? Sterling scoffed. You think Mr. Hill took a job as a security guard because he needed it? You think he gave Ms. Donovan that watch's a cheap replica? He turned to the crowd, his voice rising so everyone could hear. That watch, the Timeless Vow, was sold at our Geneva auction last year, to a private buyer who paid $25 million in cash. Do you know who that buyer was? Willow's breath hitched. She stared at me, her eyes wide with something like panic. Chad's face had gone pale. He no longer looked like the triumphant suitor, just a boy who'd stumbled into a room he didn't belong in. Sterling pointed directly at me. It was Mr. Hill. Mason Hill is the sole owner of the Timeless Vow. And let me be clear, there are no replicas. That watch is one of a kind, crafted by our master watchmaker over 3 years. Every part, every gear, every diamond, unique. There is no other like it in the world, the crowd gasped. A murmur rippled through them, people turning to each other, eyes darting between me and the horrified faces of Willow and Chad. One colleague, who'd jeered at me earlier about being a glorified guard dog, stumbled back, nearly spilling his champagne. Chad's voice cracked. That's impossible. He's wearing a $20 t-shirt and jeans. He can't afford a $25 million watch. Sterling's lips curled into a bitter smile. Appearances can be deceiving, Mr. Foster. Mr. Hill is not just a security guard. He's the silent investor who funded Elysian Beauty's expansion 3 years ago. The one who provided the formulas for your best-selling skincare line. The one who negotiated your deal with the European distributors. Without him, Ms. Donovan's legendary company would still be a startup operating out of a garage. Willow froze. She looked like she'd been struck by lightning. What? She whispered. That's not true. My grandfather helped me. We did it on our own. Your grandfather begged Mr. Hill to help you, Sterling said, his tone unflinching. He came to our New York office, old and sick, asking for a favor. He said his granddaughter had a vision, but no resources. Mr. Hill